preparation for traveling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So December we're going to Hawaii, then
Oh, wow.
Kentucky, then we're doing the Panama Canal, and then we're doing Peru, and then Costa Rica.
Stop it, I'm getting jealous. now.
Wowza. You plan ahead, dude.
Oh, do you want to know what we're doing the year after that?
Were you the one who told me you have a Trello board of trips that you want to do?
I've got the Trello board on.
Is that right?
Okay.
No, that's how you use Trello.
I was just going to say, that's the first time I've heard of a Trello board being used
Being
for
useful.
planning travel plans. Love it.
Oh my
We
god.
plan our holidays on it, but
Wow.
my wife and I have got bucket lists.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki, I did a lot of stuff with Robert Kiyosaki, you know, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes, yep,
That guy.
absolutely.
In Hawaii, actually. 16 days in Hawaii was the last thing I did with him. But the what I learned out of that is that if you're going to have a good relationship with another partner,
Yes, yep.
then you have to have your own goals. When Cheryl and I first got together, Cheryl was into breeding dogs and showing dogs.
Yeah.
I'm not a dog person at all.
Wow.
I was into golf and playing golf, and Cheryl's not into golf at all.
Yep.
But the first thing you do when you get married, you tend to get the other person involved in what you like, you know?
Yep.
And you can become a little bit codependent and things like that.
Yeah.
So what Kiyosaki taught me, one of the things, was that you have your own goals and you have your shared goals.
Your shared goals, yeah.
And that's what we use Trello for. So there's a bucket list there, which is John's, a bucket list,
Right,
which is
yeah.
Cheryl's,
Yeah.
and a
And the
bucket
joint
list,
one.
which are
There's a
joint
joint
ones.
one, yeah.
Wow.
That's actually really cool.
That's
It
a
works
gem.
I love that idea.
That is a
Works
great
good.
idea.
Yeah.
And you've got to do these things. So we talk about becoming more mature age and what keeps us going and keeps us motivated.
Yeah.
And that's it, having these things to look forward to.
And it's a purpose, isn't it? You know, it's your purpose and motivation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really important with health in general. So, and especially as we age, having those goals and having a purpose to keep on doing this and doing that, I think is a massive thing. We've already seen the rules around having a purpose and how that works for you as you age.
Absolutely.
So that's very cool.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
Yes.
Yeah, my mum lived to 99. 99 and 3 months. I'm determined to beat her.
It sounds like you
I'll
will.
keep taking the kicks as long as...
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what we like to
fantastic.
hear,
That's what we
right?
like to hear. And we didn't pay him for that.
That's right. What a plug.
What a plug. But John, that is just an amazing way to live your life, because one of the things that we're always talking about is always having something to look forward to. But you've taken it to the next level. You've got like years to look forward to. And do it. Just a quick question. Do any of those plans not happen? Or does it actually, if it's on the Trello board, that's it, it happens?
Pretty much.
Really?
I can't think. I had a look at it this morning quickly, and there's a fourth column there, which is ones that we've achieved. So there's actually five. One is in the
Oh, you just move it along.
Yeah, there's in the planning, and then there's achieved.
So can I ask a question on that? If something does fall through or a plan falls apart,
Yeah.
you're not going to fall apart. You've gone, that's no big deal because I've got this trip planned for 2 months from now, and I'm just going to move that on the Trello board to next year this time where I've got a gap.
Wow.
I've got a bit of floating time that I can move something into.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
It happens. In 2017, we'd planned this trip to Austria. So one of my bucket list items was to go to the Eagle's Nest. Have you heard of the Eagle's
Yes,
Nest?
I have, yep.
In Bavaria. Hitler's tea house
That's right, yeah.
on the top of the peak. Incredible place. So that was one of my bucket list items. We were doing that in 2017. We were going back to the UK to visit my mum first, and then we were going on to Germany and we were going to do the Eagle's Nest. While we were in England, my mum passed away.
Oh.
And everybody told us she planned it that way. She just waited for us to get there. She couldn't... It had got to that point in her life where mentally she was totally with it, but the bodily gave up.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
another reason for taking the supplements.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she passed away. So we had to cancel the Eagle's Nest and the Germany trip and stay on for the funeral and do all that sort of stuff. So just moved it on the Trello board.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
2019. So we did it all in 2019.
Perfect.
Wow.
With a week in Tuscany doing Tuscan cooking and all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
The
sounds terrible.
And then the other thing that happened was the Panama Canal trip's been on the bucket list for a while.
Yeah.
So that was planned for 2020. What came along?
Oh,
COVID.
COVID.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So the whole thing got...
That infamous year.
Yeah.
So you talk about, do things change? Do you
Yeah.
miss
Of course they
things?
do. Yeah.
Yeah, things change. I mean, that's life. John Lennon said, life's what happens while you're making your plans.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Get on with it.
You always. I mean, I'm a great believer in, I suppose, not solo traveling and being able to share what you enjoy. So, do you ever sneak anything onto that Trello board that Cheryl doesn't notice? I didn't know we were going skydiving.
That's a big fat yes.
No, Cheryl won't get to see this podcast. Will we?
No, not unless she. Yeah.
Look, there's no secrets. You know, what's on the Trello board is
absolutely.
what we want.
Yeah.
So there's my things, and there's Cheryl things, and there's the joint things. So, and there are things that I insist on doing on my own.
Yeah.
So one example was always wanted to go to Greenwich, and the Maritime Museum in London.
Oh yeah.
And I said to Cheryl, because Cheryl's now got relatives in the UK that we go back and visit. I said, look, I'm not taking any of them or you. I'm going on my own, and we'll meet up somewhere afterwards. Because again, it's something that it's just me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be worrying about whether other people are enjoying it.
It's just about, you need that time. We have a similar structure with myself and my wife. So we do stuff together. But there's stuff that I do with the guys on a fishing trip. She hates fishing.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. And so it's a bloke's fishing trip for a week. And we do that a couple of times a year.
In the Abrolhos.
In the Abrolhos or up at Exmouth. And we're both going to Vietnam for New Year's Eve and spending 3 weeks there. So it's about combining what we want and doing the things that we know. I know she doesn't like fishing, so I could say, I could even offer her money to go fishing, but she won't ever take it up.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's good because I get enjoyment out of that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
And I get to spend time with other blokes and mates. We talk, we shoot the breeze.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff going on in people's lives that you don't always hear about in the day-to-day bustle of life. And when you're in that relaxed situation, all sorts of stories come out. And sometimes, a mate needs help, needs a bit of advice. So that's really important to me.
Yeah, yeah. And that's when those sort of things do come out. It's, it's very true.
Yeah, 100%.